Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry Mowers and Blowers again. Today I've taken a day off, well, sort of. Came over to help my cousin move. He's moving from Port Washington, Long Island to Glen Head. And so I've been tasked with the job of transporting his important stuff. So the moving companies charge you extra to wrap up plasma TVs, LED screens, and all that stuff. Plus anything with gas, they don't transport. So I've got his snowblower in here. I'm taking his Husqvarna self-propelled lawnmower, his leaf blower. Of course, this big rolling generator, but it's too heavy for me to pull up there, so I've got the winch installed on it. Let's see if it works. Let's see here. It's going to be kind of tricky, actually. Let's see. Caught. There we go. All we needed is to Take two. I couldn't stand it. I had to buy another one. I'm pretty sure this will fit because this is by far deeper than the original one. I returned the other one, the restocking fee, but what am I going to do with it, you know? I actually paid $25 for this one. Can't stand it. Can't stand having it not match. You know what I mean? So this looks like it'll work. Now I feel much better. That's the OCD in me. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mowers and Blowers. I'm Henry, your host of the show, and as you guys know from my previous 2 episodes, this is my second Jacobsen Imperial 26 snowblower. It's from the early 70s, so it's about 50 years old. The first one I had was made in 1972. It had a different auger housing. It was more enclosed, and it came out like here, you know what I mean? And it was in better shape than this, and honestly, when I got that, I said, there's no way I'm going to get that started. You know, that engine's 50 years old. There's no way, you know? But I got to tell you, give credit when credit is due, is that Tecumseh makes some great ass snowblower engines. All right, that thing, it didn't take much, started up and ran beautifully. Probably one of the more stronger sounding engines I've ever had. The old school guys really love the old stuff, you know, like the old K series Kohlers, as well as these types of Tecumseh engines are very popular with some of the old school guys. So, you know, I'll do anything to get that, you know. So my buddy Scott Keller, who lives pretty far away in upstate New York, came down and we did a trade, and he bought that for me, and he's very happy. Unfortunately, he did chrome paint it, you know. I had a perfectly white and red combination, but whatever, it's not mine anymore. He can do whatever he wants. But anyway, as you guys know, this thing it didn't look like there was any way I was going to get this started. I just thought it was going to be scrap, you know what I mean? I would take some parts off of it or sell it on eBay or something like that after a teardown. But as you saw, it didn't take that much to get this thing, you know. The recoil starter was all rusted and stuff, and the flywheel was rusted together, but the engine was not locked up, and I found that out by taking off the recoil starter and easily moving it with my hands, you know what I'm saying? So there was just something caught in between there, you know? So this thing starts up, runs great, you know, and I just needed a muffler. So I got that today in the mail. I wanted to point out another thing. I had Jerome Cook tell me that, hey, you know, I think one side of your auger is backwards. And so I was looking at it carefully. I'm like, really? You sure? So if you take a good look at the auger, right there, right? He said that one side of it was backwards. Well, I was looking at it pretty carefully, and I had a couple of snowblowers that I've had which it was backwards, and I actually put one on backwards, so that was my fault. But due to that experience, I've found out the reasoning behind how this all works. It's supposed to draw the snow in from the left and the right to the middle so that it scoops it into the impeller where it shoots it out the chute, right? So it's supposed to be an A formation. If you look at the blades, they're supposed to be slanted this way, right? Same goes for the left side. It's supposed to be slanted that way. See how this goes? Like that? So this looks correct in an A formation, not a V formation, right? What's going on?
Not much.
Nick, right?
Yeah, good memory, dude.
Good to see you, Nick.
Good to see you. What you working on?
I'm just doing my usual video, and I'm on camera right now. Hey, you know what? I'm going to introduce you to my followers.
Oh, cool.
This is Charlie's replacement. This is Nick. Say hello, Nick.
Hi, guys. I'm Nick. Nice to meet you. I'm not his replacement.
So I was just getting acquainted with the new mailman. He's not really new. Well, he's new, but not on my route. Anyway, I got to talk to him about if he sees anything, he should text me. Remember, guys, you should always talk to your UPS, your FedEx, your Amazon Prime, and your mailman, and give them your phone number so that they can text you whenever they see crap on the side of the street or something like that that you could pick up. I'm telling you, those contacts are invaluable. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, it looks correct, and also, this particular model, as you can see, has the yellow tabs on each side of the auger blades. You see that? See the yellow tabs? The yellow tabs on the left and the yellow tabs on the right. You couldn't mess this up. So that's why I think this is just fine. So this video today is to how to install a muffler on this old school Tecumseh. Now, I have lots of Tecumseh mufflers off of lawnmowers and other snowblowers, right? But this one is different from all of those. As you can see, I bought this off of eBay, used. This is a low profile one on this side only, okay? And also, if you look at the attachment area, right, it actually has the hole sticking out there. Reason behind that is because the carburetor and the intake manifold is such where you couldn't fit your run-of-the-mill Tecumseh muffler in there because it'll hit. So this is specially designed for this engine. Got it for $7. That's a pretty good deal. It's not perfect. It's a little messed up around the grill area here, you know, right there. Matter of fact, you can't even really see the holes. But whatever, $7. I'm gonna give it a try, you know. I gotta find some bolts for that because it didn't come with any bolts. So another thing about running a YouTube channel, is that you get great comments from knowledgeable people and as well as, newbies and stuff, right? But then you get the wackos of the world. You guys know what I mean, right? The wackos. So I've been pretty lucky. Most of my comments, probably 98% of my comments have been positive, You get some criticism from some whack jobs and stuff like that. But, I'm fine with the criticism, right? But if you're going to talk about stupid elementary things like checking the oil. Did you check the oil? I didn't see you check the oil, nor did you talk about it. Do I have to check the oil and talk about it on my videos? Or is it just given that a person that messes with this stuff checks the oil first and the gas, right? But, the wackos, they still comment says, I didn't see you check the oil. And I'm not going to talk, I'm not going to say his name because I'm not going to give him the notoriety, right? But it's funny how people can sit at home and through the internet, those internet bullies, right? Oh, I'm behind the screen, so I'm going to say whatever the hell I want and insult this person, right? Because he's not going to find where I am and punch me in the face because I'm an internet bully. I hide behind my computer, see? I've met with a lot of people like that, so I just basically say, hey, listen, if you want to go mano a mano, man, I'll meet you here, and we'll just go at it, right? And no cops, it doesn't matter, just whoever stands at the end, okay? Anyway, so I'm getting ready to block that guy if he makes another stupid comment again. But this guy is just like a thorn. You know what I mean? Anyway, just for the hell of it, I want to show you guys anyway that the Earl is really surprisingly very clean and up to level. I mean, it's not very clean, but it's pretty clean. I don't know if you guys can see. There you go. See? Glimmering, clear, and syrupy means that it has good viscosity. And the line is around there. So it's right there. So anyway, that's me checking the oil. And as you guys saw, the gas was skunky. But I cleaned it and drained it. So let's find some bolts. So I've got the light on now so you can see nice and clearly the opening to where the muffler is. As you can see over here, this intake manifold area, it's not really a manifold, but the intake over here, right, has this notch over here. And the hole to the upper right side attachment of the muffler is right next to it. So you can't fit a regular muffler in there. Not to mention the linkage over here will get caught as well, I haven't blocked him yet. But when I do, I'm going to make a video about how to block somebody on YouTube. So I'm going to cut this tag off later, but I want you to see how that is, that part that comes out. That goes right there like that. And this thing is right below the governor right there. See? Just half an inch clearance. So I got to find some bolts for that. I think I might have found the right thread to go in there, but I think it might be too long. But I want to spray some penetrating oil in the hole to make it easier to get in so I don't strip anything, you know what I mean? Getting back to the blocking people and stuff, I've never blocked anybody on my channel before because, good comments, bad comments, you know what I'm saying, that goes with the territory, and, criticism is fine too. But if you're just being a dick, I'm too old to have to tolerate that kind of idiocy and stupidity, so I won't bother, So I'm just screwing this in and then screwing it out just to get it easier to go in, just to make sure that this will go all the way in, because it seems a little long. I'm going to do it lightly so that I don't strip it or, even worse, break on the inside. Then I'd be in a world of hurt. And it's funny how a lot of people who don't make their own videos, right? I mean, you'd go on the guy's, YouTube profile and say, no videos. So you're a small engine guy. You don't make videos yourself. You feel like it's a lot of fun to criticize other people who go through the work and the editing and all that stuff and the trouble of making videos themselves. So if you don't make them yourself, and all you do is sit behind your computer and criticize other people's work, you know, especially stupid comments, you know what I'm saying? Then you kind of wonder, man, is this guy giving you good advice, or is he just like some 10-year-old or something in his living room at his daddy's house, you know, criticizing people when he doesn't do jack shit himself, you know? Anyway, enough about that. This looks like it might work. I'm just going to keep putting it in until I can see that it's tight enough to hold that muffler. So I just manually screwed in this one. Not screwed in, but used a wrench. And I found a thick Phillips bit that goes right into there and fits nicely. So I think this short one here will work for the one on the right. And then I've got this longer one that goes in about 2 millimeters or so of thread, maybe three or four threads, and that ought to be enough to hold it. It's just the muffler. It's not the space shuttle. So here we go. We're going to install the muffler. Just going to put some more penetrating oil in there just to make sure it's easy to go in. Then with the heat it'll burn off. I'm using penetrating oil from my friends at Lucas Oil Products. So I'll put the tough one on first, and I don't have a gasket for it, so I'm just going to put it on without a gasket. I'm going to put it on nice and tight so that there should be minimal leaks, if any. That's going to be tight, man. I can't even see what the hell I'm doing. Crooked. It's literally no space to work. None. Shit. See? You see what happens? I'm gonna have to try to extract that somehow. Okay. Maybe I should put it in slowly like that first. Alright, it's going now. Let's see if I can get the impact in there now. It's not completely tight yet. I just wanted to get it in there and do the other side. I don't want to push my luck. So far so good. What the hell did I just do with that big bolt? Oh, there we go. This is actually a 1/2 inch that I'm putting on right now. And this goes in right there, like that. Feel around and see if it's in the hole. Alright. I think that's it. That's tight, man. I'm going to do another pop on this one just to make sure it's tight. And I know I'm feeling like, oh, don't do it, don't push your luck, you could screw it all up. That's it, I'm not doing any more. That's perfect. Probably could have done more, but I don't want to. I don't want to push my luck. This is on. This is on. Alright. Now I'm going to try and start and see how it sounds. So there it is right there. I've got the heater box. If this all works well, I've got the heater box. Put on the heater box. Leakage is not in the way, so you know what? This is meant exactly for this machine. So I'm going to do a cold start now. Full choke. Throttle. I'm going to prime by just pulling it a couple of times slowly. Prime. Yeah, that's a lot of compression. Prime. Really good compression. Alright. I'm going to pull it hard now. Probably had some oil in that old muffler, it's burning it off. Gas in there is pretty bad because it's mixed in with that other gas, so I might take that float bowl off and check out the residue that it's emitted. Still burning, but I know that fuel was kind of skunky. You know, you guys saw when I cleaned the tank, the fuel that came out of there was like orange brownish, you know, a mixture of some water and crap like that. So the tank wasn't completely super clean, and it's been sitting for 2-3 days. So we're just gonna see what other crap got into here. You know, I might have to add a. You know what? I gotta shut that off. See if there's any kind of fuel filter I can put on there, so that no more crap goes into the carburetor. If there's any left, but I'm pretty sure there is. So I just took a 7/16 wrench and took off this bold jet nut out. You can see gas is pretty skunky. Look at that. Look what's in there. It's still very dirty, man. I'm surprised it even runs this way. You know, honestly. Crazy, right? I'm going to have to drain that tank again. I'm going to let it, you know, it's been sitting in there for a while, you know, and the gas will loosen up whatever's in the gas tank, and once I drain this one out, it should be okay. At least put a fuel filter on there. That's what I'm going to do. Just to clean that out. You know what? I'm going to take this off and drain it right now. That's not good either. Just going to take this fuel line off here. Now I've cleaned this out already. Look at that. This is starting to look okay. Still no good though. And on the other side, where there's a fuel shutoff valve, the line is very long. It actually does a twisty thing like that, so that's not good. The gravity fed should be, you know, from one level to the lower level. The fuel should not have to go back up again, you know. So I'm gonna fix that. I might have to just take that that fuel shutoff valve off because it's long, you know. I want the hose to go right up to the gas tank, come through. Maybe I'll put a fuel shutoff over here, you know what I'm saying, because the line is pretty long. But I had a decent amount of fuel in there. But I'm going to go on the other side now and just take that valve off. Look at that fuel that's in there. I'm surprised it even ran at all. Yep. Look what was inside there. Disgusting. Jesus Christ. Screw that. Like milking a cow. Super orange or light yellow. It's different colors as it goes. There's a lot of crap in there. Oh, son of a bitch. Guess I'm gonna smell like gas all day. Anyway, I'm gonna do this for a while. I'm gonna pour some of this old gas in there, shovel it around, and just kind of rinse it, you know? Shake it up. Ooh, ooh, shake it up. That iced tea. My hand. It's all healed, pretty much. Gotta be careful when you guys are working. Just gonna remove this valve over here. It's a nice valve, but not really meant for this. It's too long, you know what I mean? I'm gonna find one way to get that on there nice and tight. Stretch that out a bit. This fuel line is nice and long. I'm going to just cut it right there. This is a gravity fed type fuel filter. It's a used one, but it's clean. There we go. It's an inline fuel filter. I don't want any dip in the line because it really shouldn't go down and back up again. So I'm going to pull it as much as I can. And it's too much because this doesn't have a good, can't twist. That'll do. Still has a little bit of a pigtail, but it can't be helped because it's not a right angled hose. I'm going to cut it right here. tighten the hose clamp over here. So we've cleaned the gas tank again, rinsed it about 5 times, installed a fuel filter in there so most of that gunk will not enter the carburetor anymore, hopefully. I'm not going to attach a fuel shutoff because honestly, I don't even know if anybody's going to want this thing. And the carburetor doesn't leak, so I'm not too worried about it. Carburetor seems to be good, believe it or not. But because it was flushed with all that stuff before, I'm going to just blow it out one more time with some brake parts cleaner from Lucas Oil. Just blow out the emulsion tube and inside the throat to get whatever was in the fuel before. Kind of rinse out the carburetor. Attach my bowl gasket. Bowl gasket's kind of big. Kind of gotta tuck in the gasket. It's kind of difficult to do. Very difficult. See? This gasket's a little big. Barely fits on there. Gotta really stuff it in there. I want to make sure I'm not crimping any part of it. Might be over here. Shit. See? Alright, I'm going to screw with this pain in the ass. Okay, got it on. Put the bowl jet nut on. That ought to do. I'm going to put some fresh gas in here and see if it stays running. I just put some gas in there. I wanted to show you guys this thing. See this thing here? This could actually be placed in these 2 holes over here so that it points up like that. And these are basically snow height guides. You know, like if you get so much snow, this much snow, right? That's above the auger housing line over here. This tells you where you're cutting, you know, like which direction, like where this ends, you know. Because it's on the bottom here, right, it's a choice. Because this auger housing doesn't completely encompass the auger blades, right, that is to prevent you from hitting the auger blades onto a curb. Like this part right here, as it hooks into a curb, this thing will prevent you from hitting a curb, you know, or at least you can feel the curb when that thing hits a curb, and then this thing won't hit the curb. That's what that's for. I'm going to leave it there like that. Just put gas in it and I'm going to prime it and give it a start. Why it's so hard to start now. Oh. Well, let it run for a while. Burning off some smoke. This thing runs great. Smooth, man. Now all we have to do is put this thing on, and gotta be careful because this thing is hotter than hell, you know? Put this somewhere. So hot, man. There you go. We are all finished with this baby. So this is all fixed from the curb to my garage. A few days, $7 in parts, and this thing runs great. Any of you guys want it? Let me know. I don't like old stuff, so it's yours if you want it. Make me a deal. Trade, whatever. I'm in Huntington, Long Island, New York. Let me know. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. If you guys want it, let me know. I don't really want it. I'm not going to keep it in my garage. this is completely unnecessary. If I'm covering up every one of those, I gotta cover this one. Just so it prevents rain or water or moisture, or as much of it as you can help, get into the carburetor. Definitely don't want to take this damn thing apart. Do the carburetor again. Pain in the ass.
Man, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I've got 12 snow blowers. The hell am I going to do with all these snow blowers anyway? Hey guys, support my channel, buy a sticker. Also follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website, mowersblowers.com.